to show how best to put in transition strip. These aluminum transition strips I use quite a bit lately anyway, for the edging on tile on a wall. I also do them in the niche of a shower, and that's a whole different, well, sort of different. It's sort of different. Anyway, best way to do that is you never have thin set about the last inch of your tile. So you can build up your thin set as much as you want to get your tile all level and all that stuff. And so whatever the wall is, even if the wall is off, you still would leave that little gap there. And so you might end up with a discrepancy in different sizes. What I do is I have a scrap little piece of this transition strip. I generally refer to it as Schluter strip, but there are many manufacturers of this aluminum edging. And with that scrap little piece, as I set my tile, I make sure that it fits in there properly, that there's no thin set globbing it up, and if there is, then I use a little tool or something to scrape out the thin set. So when I'm finished with the tile, that my transition strip should slide in there very easily, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Okay? Then, at that point is when I mix up a little thin set, and I'm using kind of a large blade right now. Sometimes it's better to use a smaller one. A little 4-inch knife would be better sometimes. And then you're just gonna, this thin set is not really runny, it's kind of thick. It's gonna dry very quickly. And literally, I'm pushing it into that inch gap that I left. So you get the general idea. It works out a lot better than setting the strip first, because you don't know what that gap is going to be as you're setting your tile. You don't know how well it's going to fit. You don't know. So what I'm doing is I'm setting my tile all flush. No matter if it's factory edge or a cut edge, it's all flush with each other. And so that my strip will fit in there perfectly, rather than having the strip there first and then cutting your tile to whatever conforms to the strip. Because sometimes these things are bent, sometimes well, anyway. You can do it the way you want. I'm just showing you the easiest way over the years that I've learned. A little more proficient. Anyway, I'm going to transition to a smaller knife to get into this window area, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I cleaned it up quite a bit. After you shove that thin set into that crack there, you just sponge off all the excess and everything, clean it up. It's easier to clean it up now than when you put the strip in. And then you're ready. And you're good to go. So this strip is made for this size tile, and it's just as thick. So what I do is a little trick, is I'll kind of bump it out with these shims. You don't need to put them everywhere, but if you end up with a discrepancy of some sort, then you can just put that back there until the thin set dries, and it bumps it out to where you need it. One more up here. There we go. Probably use one more. There we go. All right. because the tile on the thin set is thicker than what the wall is. When you come back in to grout, you could either use grout in here or you can use sheetrock mud. Same as the other side. In fact, more on the other side because we already have sheetrock here. I took out the corner bead because you don't need the corner bead. And then, same thing, just slide it right in. And then the same idea would apply here, putting shims in here to bump it out to where it's flush with your tile. You could use painter's tape, but the thin set, the shims do a little better job. See that discrepancy? When I put the shim in there, it just goes away. And it's easy as that. And then on the other side, you have this small gap going on, which is not proportionate to the wall because the wall is not even. But then you just screed out some some sheetrock mud all up against there, and then it's all flush. It just kind of disappears into the wall at that point. Sand it off and you're good to go. That's the easiest way to set these transition strips that I am aware of. If there's an easier way, I haven't figured it out yet, but hope that helps. Hey, if you enjoyed that video and you learned something, consider being a Patreon member. $5, $10, $15 a month would help me greatly produce more videos. I make nothing from YouTube at all. If you're gonna call me for advice, please donate $50 for 30 minutes. My link to my PayPal and my Patreon account is down below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get immediate notifications as soon as I post videos. And thank you very much for your support.